Hello and welcome to another episode of PopCulture Reacts, and we are back with something that we both know, as we haven't done one of these for a while. Last one of these ones was Public Enemy, which
An
was
Anthrax, wasn't it?
yeah.
This is slightly different, isn't it? From tonally, this is very different.
Yes.
To that, yeah.
So we are going to the 80s. We're going to 1987, and his name, as he is known now, is Sanada Matarea.
By the way, this has been the educational part for me because I did not know there had been a name change. So this has been a learning day for me as well.
So his original, so he originally changed his name to his stage name, which was Terence Trent D'Arby. He then went religious and changed his name en route to that to the new name of Sanada Maitreya. And we are going with what I remember as a fucking banger.
If you ask me, my memory tells me everything he ever did was a fucking banger, and it was by coincidence, wasn't it? Like we hadn't discussed our joint love, but I think one day pre-recording, you'd had some music playing on the background as you connected, hadn't you? And
yeah,
all of a sudden, I kind of went, "Oh, I love that," and then our joint love for him as an artist.
So the real question is, does it hold up? What 30? No, yeah, 35 years.
It's going to be something like that, isn't it?
Yeah. So 35 years have passed.
Doesn't feel like it, does it?
I said this was an album that stinks of my childhood. My dad used to have it on, and my mum used to have it on constantly.
Yeah.
When I was a kid and at home.
And I hope it stands up because my memory of it is in a world of, and probably because of the age I was, and as you say, much like you, what was being played on the radio, what like my parents might have on, so more of that kind of pop-based world. It felt like it was of a higher quality than what was probably Stock Aitken and Waterman stuff that was being jammed down our throats at the same time.
So
I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Let's find out if it still holds up.
Let's do this.
Sweetheart, listen. I know the last few pages haven't been good for the both of us, and I've caused you a lot of grief. But put those bags down, okay? Before you make a decision like that, please just listen to me, because I don't want you to leave. I definitely don't want you to leave. Just hear me out. Honey, don't leave me now. With my head on my shoulder. From my heart, if you let me stay, how can I compensate for my indiscretion, dear? Tell me it's not too late, that I can love to hear. Cause if you don't count on me, you will see I'm grown man cry. I didn't miss my word, till my well ran dry. But if you let me stay, I'll say what I should have said. Let me stay. I should have said that I love you. If you let me stay, I should have said it from my heart. If you let me stay, your pretensions ain't like all of those fools. And now who needs you anyway? I'll get my ass till I got to school. You will regret it.
So, did it hold up for you?
Oh, it definitely holds up. It definitely holds up still. Loving 80s funk bass under the chin.
I'm so glad you caught that as well, because there were points in it where I forgot we were recording, because I just kept sitting here thinking that looks so uncomfortable, and it makes it look like that makes a job so much harder when you make someone do it under their chin. Imagine like us as office boys having to go into work and have our keyboard there. Yeah.
But yeah, there's just something about funky bassists and that time period,
Yeah.
always really high.
Yeah.
Boy can sing, boy can dance, boy can write a fucking banger, and yeah, still holds up.
The voice is so much more mature than you would expect from the visual, isn't it? And
Yeah.
probably even more so than I remembered. I remembered him having a good voice, but I don't think I really, until hearing it again, kind of appreciated how raspy and kind of loud it was. So I felt at the time that he was almost being marketed and positioned as a kind of combination of Prince and Michael Jackson, and someone to kind of push at them. And I think that still kind of comes through to me. But I for me, like, much more interesting voice at this point than probably Michael Jackson was using at this point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, really good. I think probably where he may have not had quite the same level of skills as Michael Jackson is, his dancing was less focused and don't get me wrong, better than what I could do. But it did feel like throughout the video, every now and again they were saying, "Oh shit, yeah, we forgot you're supposed to do a dancing. Do something," and he would kind of do a splits and then they'd go right back to singing. Like,
I think that's very much he just goes with it. I don't think it's a you're doing a dance routine for someone to follow. I think that's just him feeling the music and.
oh no, but what I mean
he
is
wants.
Michael Jackson was so kind of like, the videos were all around the performance as much as anything
Yeah.
else. And as I say, it felt like about every 30 seconds someone felt, "Oh shit, we forgot to put any dancing in this. Do something quickly." So he does something, which is
Yeah.
fine, but he's not kind of that all-round entertainer. Like, it's a lot more reliant on the voice. Musically, my god, that could have been in a any movie we watched in the 80s, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it would have fit into any, like, you could have easily been watching Beverly Hills Cop or something like that, and that song have been put into the soundtrack and things like that.
Yeah. One of those, you see, they do these 80s revival festivals sort of everywhere. I know Ipswich has one, Norwich has one, the whole Let's Rock thing. I'm going to keep an eye out on these things to see if his name turns up on something. Because if he turns up on one of these,
We're going.
and fucking just do an hour, do the album, very very much, and I'll just bin it off after that.
Well, I mean, like, not my favourite, and I'm going to go Terence Trent D'Arby, because that's how I remember him in my heart.
Yes.
And not my favourite Terence Trent D'Arby song either. So there is one that I love like more than this. Yeah, like, if he is on something, we're getting tickets, we're going, and anyone else who shares the Terence Trent D'Arby, we can have a pop culture meetup, because I'm all up for that.
Yes. So 80s stuff.
Yeah. It'd be nice to kind of dip into some of the other decades, wouldn't it? You know, people have been making music for a long time, and some of it's bloody marvellous. So we're quite happy to react to anything from any decade.
Yes. So, you know, obviously we normally are either doing newer stuff or, you know, hippity hops or the metals, but
Yeah.
80s and 70s pop is actually decent. It's better than any of that shit from the 90s onwards. Down there, in the comments. Fill our sack with joys from the past.
And a bit of a heads up, and I know we've said it on some other videos. We have been getting a lot of suggestions, which is fantastic. But all I'll say on that is, please bear with us. If you put a recommendation on this video, we will do it. we got very much married into it having to have a video, didn't we? So sometimes we've
Yeah.
transitioned to another song by the artist, but yeah, probably won't even do that anymore. We probably will go videoless and shit, maybe we'll dance. That's a lie. We were not going to. We'll put something visually, aesthetically pleasing on there instead.
Yeah. But as always, like, subscribe, ring the bell,
Yeah.
and until next time, goodbye.